Welcome to a new video. Today I provide $400 gaming PC build. Let's get started. With our $400 gaming PC, we were focused on getting the best value for your budget. While we aren't quite at the price range where value is at its absolute best, we are getting into the price range where we can start making some serious leaps forward into good performance in modern games. While this may not be our cheapest gaming PC build, it's still extremely affordable while also functioning as the console killer PC build under $400. First on the list is Intel Celeron G3937th General Desktop Processors. This was definitely the hardest choice to make, but a necessary one to get the GPU power we wanted out of this cheap gaming PC build without going over budget. In most of the games you'll be playing, this CPU shouldn't give you any problems. Modern games focus on making the most of GPU power rather than CPU power, and the strong GPU should help offset any performance losses you may experience with this Celeron processor. That being said, if you're going to upgrade something in this build, this is what you should upgrade. We recommend stepping up to an i3 7100 if you can afford it, or just saving up for our $500 PC build for a step up in performance across the board. EVGA is a pretty great GPU manufacturer, and easily our top pick for best NVIDIA graphics card manufacturer. Turns out that their reliability isn't limited to high-end graphics cards, either, even in the budget range. EVGA puts out some genuinely strong offerings that are worthwhile choices over the competition. You may not think budget gaming when you see EVGA, but their GTX 10 series cards are proof that can be accurate. Patriot is a trusted brand, and for good reason. This kit of 8GB DDR4 RAM should offer all the speed and memory capacity that you should need for gaming and multitasking, and is easily the best pick in this price range. Thanks to it being two 4GB sticks, it'll also run in dual channel, ensuring that the DDR4 RAM is being used to its fullest extent and you don't experience any hitches or problems associated with running RAM in single channel. Despite being a budget product, this RAM still has great build quality, so it should last well into the foreseeable future. This 1TB HDD may feel like starter storage, and it is, but it's still the best storage solution you're going to find in this price range, at least from a value perspective. While it may not be an SSD, for common desktop usage you won't really notice a big difference, and longer load times shouldn't negatively impact you too much in games. Unless you want a house fire, don't buy a cheap PSU, buy from a reliable manufacturer, like EVGA. And if you need to keep it cheap, go with a PSU like the one we're recommending here. The BR 450 watts isn't going to win any awards for usability or high-end features, but it is going to be solid, stable and reliable for years to come, and that's what matters. The MSI B250M PRO-VDH is an entry-level motherboard, but that's all you're going to need for an entry-level PC build like this one. Motherboards don't directly impact gaming performance, and extra features that do, like overclocking, are only available with much more expensive CPUs and much more expensive motherboards in turn. All you need in this range is reliability and quality, and this motherboard has both of those things. Last on the list is Cooler Master MasterBox Q300L. Of all the budget cases we've recommended here on WePC, this is definitely the most nice looking. It also has great out-of-the-box cooling, a clean aesthetic, great airflow, and plenty of room for a long GPU or a few extra hard drives down the line. Honestly, we're hard-pressed to find something wrong with this pick, and we think you'll be, too. For that reason, the MasterBox Q300L is our recommended case for this $400 gaming PC build. Why is this the best custom PC for the price of $400? We're providing the only up-to-date gaming PC build for $400 featuring a GTX 1050 that isn't linking to unavailable parts, isn't stuffing in dangerous no-name PSUs to save money, and isn't going dramatically over budget to accomplish its goals. In fact, Every once in a while this build actually falls under $400. While it might be higher on other days, it shouldn't ever go over $450. The big compromise that needed to be made here was the processor. We weren't able to afford an i3 or even a Pentium while still using the 1050, so we opted instead to use a Celeron G3950. While those of you who are familiar with the Celerons of old may be having a heart attack, don't worry, this one is actually pretty decent, and won't bottleneck your 1050. Speaking of the GTX 1050, this baby is perfect for a cheap gaming computer. The GTX 1050 shouldn't have a problem with 1080p 60 in your favorite games at medium settings. What games can this PC run? Fortnite should run at 1080p 60 and high settings with little, if any, issues. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG should run at medium settings in 1080p 60. Monster Hunter World, MHW will run at 1080p 60 with medium settings. League of Legends, due to being a Lite esports title, League should be easily pushed to 1080p 60 by this build. Overwatch should be very playable at high to max settings and 1080p 60. Rainbow Six Siege should run just fine at medium settings in 1080p 60, maybe even a few higher settings. Warframe won't be an issue for this PC build at all. Expect 1080p 60 at max settings with ease. Grand Theft Auto V, GTA V should be playable at 1080p 60, but you may need to turn down some settings to medium to keep a high frame rate. Team Fortress 2, TF2 will do great at 1080p, but due to the weaker CPU in this build you may have difficulty with pushing it past 60 FPS on high settings. That's it from this video. If you want me to build more budget or high-end PC gaming build, then let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to hit subscribe and bell icon to get our latest video notifications. Smile.